Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and what we have for you is my review of the Sennheiser Accentum. I don't even know how to pronounce this damn thing. They could have come up with a simpler name, but these are the Sennheiser Accentum Plus, and they're a very interesting pair of headphones for about 15,000 rupees. And when I started using these for some time, I found them to be really interesting in a few ways, which we are going to get to in the course of this video. But the biggest question came is that as of me reviewing these headphones, they're priced at about 15,990 rupees, almost 16,000 rupees. And what are the best headphones for that price? Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you know that I really like the Sony CH720N, which are a pair of noise cancelling headphones priced at 10,000 rupees, and for that price point they are absolutely fantastic. And if you're on a tighter budget, you can check out the 520Ns. I have that video on the channel already for you guys to check out. But what if you're on the higher end of the spectrum? For that, at about 25,000 rupees, you have Sony's flagship headphones, the WH-1000 XM5s, right? And if you're at the 20,000 rupee price point, which is just in the middle, you have Sony's last year headphones, or the last generation headphones, which is the WH-1000 XM4s, and of course the Bose QC45 as well, for about 20,000 rupees. And those headphones are fantastic for that price point as well. But at the 15,000 rupee price point, I was actually left a little dumbstruck to find a great pair of headphones, leaving these actually one of the best headphones you can get if you have a hard stop at 16,000 rupees. And of course, if you are going to buy these headphones during the sale season, you can get them much cheaper. So what's so great about these headphones, and why do I think that they are worth recommending? Well, stay tuned for the course of this review, as I'm going to touch upon some things that I absolutely loved, and one or two small gripes that I have with these awesome pair of headphones. And I'm just going to call them the Sennheiser Accentum Plus for the last time, because Accentum, I don't know how many retakes I've taken to try to get that damn name right. But anyways, these Sennheiser Accentum Plus headphones are priced at 15,999, and let's get into the review, starting with the build quality. Now, they're very well built. They come in this really nice case that you can carry with you. You can throw it in your backpack. The case isn't exactly hard bottom, but it is kind of semi-hard. So yeah, if you have your laptop and keys and some other things in the bag, these headphones should be fine. It's nice that it comes with a carrying case. It doesn't really bend, so you can't actually fold it and keep it compact in your backpack. It's going to occupy a lot of space, so that's something to keep in mind. In the carrying case, you also get a USB Type-C cable and a 3.5mm to 2.5mm cable for the physical connectivity. Just two gripes out here. One is the cables are put in these really nice elasticy places in the case, and once I removed them from that place, I never put them back there. So just like the 1000 XM5s, if there was a little separate compartment where you could just put your cables, would have been nice. But hey, that's just a very small nitpick. The second nitpick I have, which is a bit of a deal breaker for someone like me, is the fact that the headphones come with a 2.5mm cable that goes into the headphone side of the headphones. And if you're just the average techie at home, chances are you have a 3.5mm to 3.5mm cable lying somewhere, and it would have been great if these headphones supported 3.5mm connectivity instead of 2.5mm, because if you need physical connectivity and you've lost the cable or it's damaged, then you're just gonna have to buy a new one. I just feel more people have a 3.5mm to 3.5mm cable at home, but that's just me really nitpicking. Coming over to the connectivity, it has a USB Type-C port for charging, and the only other physical button is out here, which is to switch it on and off, and the rest of the controls are touch controls, which are very responsive. Now, one thing that you can see is that in the right cup, you're going to see this little sensor out here. You can probably see it based on the footage I'm showing you right now, but this is great for when you actually put the headphones on, and the minute you put them off, they're going to pause the music, pause the Netflix movie that you're watching on your phone or even on your laptop, and it happens so instantaneously. I think this could be one of the best in class features of putting your headphones on and they just come on, and just putting them out here like this and they just go off. It's actually fantastic how seamlessly this works. The rest of the build quality is actually pretty good. The headband is nicely comfortable. It's nicely cushioned considering the price point, but I'm not so sure about the longevity of the ear cups, because if you're someone like me who takes these for long walks walks or goes for a slight jog, you are going to get sweaty. These are not IP rated, which means that you're going to have to keep them away from the rain. And yeah, if you are planning to use your headphones for long term, like me, I use a pair of headphones for at least 4-5 years or 6 years before I decide to upgrade to a new one. So yeah, you might want to invest in a spare pair of these ear cups and keep them just in case, if you are someone like me that sweats a lot and goes out a lot. So the build quality of these headphones are actually pretty good, especially when you consider the asking price. If I had to compare this to the 720Ns, which are much cheaper than this, yes, of course, this has a better build quality. If I compare these to the 1000 XM5s that I have reviewed on this channel before, yes, those have a better build compared to this one. Now let's move over to the sound quality, and I did 3 tests using these headphones. One was connecting it via Bluetooth to my phone to listen to music. That's how I think most of you are going to do it. I also connected it to my laptop to watch some Netflix. I connected it to my Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 5 for some gaming, and I of course took some calls on this. So let's get the worst out of the way. The microphone isn't the best out there. It gets the job done if you're on some average phone calls, but for Zoom meetings and stuff, I found my voice to be a little more muffled when I spoke to the people at the other end. Though the audio was fairly clear, it just sounded a little more muffled than I'd like. Coming to the audio quality now, these headphones sound absolutely fantastic, and they do have equalizer presets that you can use. I kept most of the equalizer presets either off or on the movie preset. That's where I found it to be one of the best, but you can actually personalize the equalizer output of these headphones for your ears. So there is a setting which I'm just going to show you the footage of right now, where you can actually go into the settings and physically control what sound sounds best to your ear. So it's a fairly simple setup process. You are going to hear some strings, some guitars, some basic music, and the app, the Sennheiser app, is going to ask you to adjust the volume to where you see it comfortable. Then it's going to play some drums and ask you to, change the volume to where you feel that's comfortable. It's going to play some bass and it's going to ask you to adjust the volume again. And then it's going to have a culmination of these sweet spots where you like your music. And I think the ability to personalize your equalizer with these simple settings rather than those toggles that you can move up and down where you have no idea what's happening. The ability to personalize it by listening to certain instruments will just give you that much of a better experience. Those of you that have spoken to me in the comments know that I always say that if you like a pair of headphones or a pair of sound or a pair of speakers or whatever, go to an offline store and try to listen to it, because our taste may vary, and I always do my best to give you like a holistic view of what every audio product sounds like. And if you like that, you can always hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Okay, so when it comes to movies also, I saw a movie like Top Gun Maverick. I've been watching Fallout, the show on Amazon Prime, some TV shows like Young Sheldon, and the vocals out here are really good. Now, if you're someone that listens to podcasts as well, there is a podcast mode that kind of elevates the volumes. If you listen to Business Wars from Wondery on Apple Podcasts or on Amazon Music, for example, you know that there's a lot of drama in that as well. And I found that switching on the podcast mode made the vocals slightly more elevated than I'd like. So I keep it off, but then again, I enjoy it that way. But if you're someone that just listens to conversations happening and you need the vocals to be a little more elevated, there is a podcast mode as well in these headphones. But when it comes to movies, the channel separation is really nice. The bass is also deep. I mean, I even connected these to my television for a little bit to enjoy a couple of episodes of Fallout, and I thought that they sounded really good and really immersive. Now, if like me, you're someone that wears headphones for a long duration, especially if you have kids in the house that sleep for a few hours in the day and you don't want to disturb them with loud volumes, then you would like something that is kind of noise cancelling. And my problem with noise cancelling headphones is the fact that I just feel like vomiting after wearing noise cancelling headphones for about 45 minutes, right? I can't wear them for very long, and hence I switch on the transparency mode. And in the summers, you can hear the fan, you can hear the AC, you can hear people in the house talking. So it's kind of disturbing. But these headphones, the Sennheiser Accentium Plus, have the ability to control the amount of ANC. So you have this little toggle in the app which can go from full noise cancelling to full transparency, and you can choose any point in between between, and I found the exact center point to be the sweet spot that I could wear these headphones for long durations of use without actually having that nauseous feeling that you get. And I use the same setting when I go for long walks where I need to, you know what my surrounding is and yet be able to hear a few things and still have a private listening experience when I go for a walk. So the fact that you can control the ANC at a very specific level is very unique to these headphones. I haven't seen them in any other headphones in the past. If you have, you can let me know in the comment section below. And I actually think that is one of the best USPs of this headphones if you're someone like me that likes noise cancelling but also doesn't want it to be completely noise cancelling. Having said that, if you're traveling in a flight, I was fortunate enough to be traveling recently and I took both the Sennheisers and the Sonys and the Sony XM5s that I have, and yes, the Sonys have much better overall noise cancelling, but the fact that I can control the level of noise cancelling on these headphones means that it just gives me that much better of an experience for long-term use, especially at a stretch. When it comes to gaming, I honestly didn't like these very much. They just sounded okay. I've been playing a lot of Stellar Blade, a lot of Diablo lately, for example, Stellar Blade on the PlayStation 5 and Diablo 4 on the Xbox, and while the bangs and thuds and the grunts in Diablo sounded good, I just feel like either my XM5s, which are more expensive, or my Pulse headphones which I have, which are dedicated for gaming, sound better. So well, those did a better job. Even Stellar Blade, right, it has this constant little background music going on when you're exploring the world, which just kicks in into high octave when you are in an action sequence. That didn't translate really well on these, especially when you compare it to the others. But then again, these aren't targeted at being gaming headphones. They do work well, but they aren't ideal for that situation. But of course, when it comes to watching movies, listening to music, listening to podcasts, and even getting on some calls, these headphones do a fairly very good job. Calls, the voice, the microphones aren't the best, but for everything else, the sound quality is absolutely phenomenal, especially when you consider the asking price of about 15,000 rupees. And if you are going to buy these on sale, you will be able to get them much cheaper. Lastly, I'm just going to say that for comparison's purpose, yes, they do sound a little better in a lot of ways for music and movies than the Sony CH720N. So if you're looking for something that's better than the Sonys, you can consider these. But if you are looking for something that's flagship, then I go back to the Sony WH-1000 XM5s, because those are my favorite premium flagships. So some concluding thoughts. Yes, the build quality of these headphones is very good, but it doesn't fold, and I think that's a personal choice. I'm actually indifferent to the fact whether the headphones fold or not. They are fairly compact, and the fit and finish overall is very good. As you can see, I'm someone that has really big ears, and for someone like me with big ears, these headphones fit really well, really comfortable for long-term use. And that is of course complemented by the fact that I can control the amount of transparency and ANC on the app. The app is actually very easy to use, it's very user friendly, and it's got a lot of features that you can check out, including the ability to update the firmware of these headphones as and when that happens. The only downside is these aren't great for gaming. The microphone could have been better, and the fact that it only comes with a 2.5mm to 3.5mm cable is a very personal bummer, because I'm someone that has a lot of 3.5 to 3.5mm cables lying around at home. It has USB Type-C charging, and if I talk about the battery life, they have a claimed battery life of about 50 hours, which I think is phenomenal. And I think they've gone for more than 50 hours at a charge for me, because if I go for a walk for 1 hour every day and just use these, they have lasted me great for almost 20 days and have lost less than 20% battery during that course. And yes, if I have used them for movies and music and other activities put together, the battery life on these is actually very phenomenal. I think they can easily cross the 50-hour mark if you switch off noise cancelling, keep the volumes at a respectable level. But yes, if you're someone that's going to switch on noise cancelling full on, use it at a higher volume, have more complex use cases for this, then yes, the battery life is going to suffer a little bit, but it's not going to be bad by any means. You can easily stroke out 40 hours plus from this. And the fact that the sensor is exposed isn't exactly a con in the right ear cup, because that just helps it very immediately, switch off the music when you put them down like this and switch it back on when you put them back up. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of the Sennheiser Accentium Plus headphones, priced at about 15,000 rupees as of me making this video. As always, you can let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section below, and for more from the world of technology and home entertainment, you can subscribe to the channel. I will catch you in another video. It's goodbye for now.